I found these. They look like some kind of old vintage vending cards, vending Pokemon cards. And they have really cool art. I don't know if you noticed, but that is a Machamp wrestling a Charizard. That is probably my favorite card art of all time. And there's the second page. And the backs have movie screenshots on them. Movie and maybe from the series. But I walked up to the bags in the thrift store and I saw a pack of cards that had like some old energies on the top. And I flipped it over. I saw this. So I was like, oh, I have no idea what that is. Looks like some kind of vending card. Uh, this could be something really cool. So I grabbed it, and um, I'm not familiar with those cards at all. These are vending cards that I currently own. Doesn't look anything like them. So I start searching. In the car, outside of the thrift store, I find a couple listings for this primate. Um, I was looking for the Ekans that was on the backside, and Ekans and coughing? These are labeled as Ekans and coughing. Uh, yeah, like it says vintage hollow Japanese prism and vintage holographic card. But what are these? There are no names. So I continued looking, and I found this Reddit post that probably has all of the information that exists on these cards. So I'm going to go through and read some of it for you. So, hey there everyone. Was digging through my other old binders of Pokemon cards and was wondering what these all were. Posted on some Facebook groups and didn't get anything. Anyone have any ideas? Real or fake? Country of origin? Year? Part of some sort of collection? Etc. Thanks. And this is from 2 years ago. And this post by Kuador from 2 years ago says, unfortunately, I don't know too much about them, but when I asked a similar question about one of these cards I have, one of the responses was this. So I did a bit of digging around on the Japanese cards because the artwork on those look amazing. It seems that the artwork on those cards are from an illustrated guide called Pokemon All-Purpose Illustration Book. It was released in September 1997, and it details the original 165 moves in the Pokemon Red and Green games. In terms of content, you'll find illustrations of the moves along with things like the type, PP, power, accuracy, effect, a list of Pokemon that can learn the move, etc. The book itself was published by T2 Publishing, which was a fairly well-known company in Japan for game guides and magazines at the time. They have since shut down. As far as the illustrations are concerned, they were done by an individual named Yasuhiro Narita. I searched around a little because this wasn't a name I recognized, but now I'm confident that Narita was simply a staff illustrator contracted by T2 Publishing. He is not directly associated with the Pokemon franchise. With all that said, it's still a bit of a question mark as to how these illustrations ended up on the back of stickers and cards. My guess is that T2 made some agreement with a third party to have these distributed via vending machines. But really, your guess is as good as mine. It's also possible the producer of the cards are simply counterfeits that use the art of this illustration book. Either way, that's about all the info I know about the artwork. And I know next to nothing about the card stickers themselves, I'm afraid. And this fellow down here just says they have the cards and they don't know anything either. So that's all of the information I can find on these guys. I continued looking around. I used Google Lens, which led me to this listing on eBay for the Charizard wrestling the Machamp for $1,000. Ah, I don't think it's worth that much. I think this is just people find weird stuff and put it on eBay for $1,000 to see if anyone will bite. I continued looking and I found some more common cards. Looks like around $6 to $7 for some of the more common ones, $25 for other cards. I could only find these three listings in the sold stuff on eBay, but I did find a screenshot of an old sold listing for the Charizard wrestling the Machamp for $350. So don't get hung up on the price, but I think these are pretty rare. No one knows where they came from, and the prices are all over the place. No one knows what they're worth. No one knows where they came from. Um, if anyone knows anything else about these, please let me know.